Welcome back. So today is day 3, which means that day 1 and day 2 are on the same video. So if you're confused about where you're at right now, go back to day 1 and 2 so that way you can watch those videos before you go on to day 3, because day 3 is word problems and it's going to build on the information from the first couple of days. So as we've been doing before, what I want you to do is cut your piece or your paper up into 4 separate sections. We're going to look at finding our important pieces of information, doing our drawing, getting our answer statement down, and then doing the math. So I have the boxes here, but I just haven't labeled them. But the first thing that I want you to do is find the important pieces of information. So take the time right now to read through this problem and find the important pieces of information. Go ahead and press pause. Alright, so the important pieces of information that I found is that she has an hour total before bed. She spends 1/3 of her time texting, 1/4 of her time brushing her teeth and having a little pajama party before bed, and then the rest of the time she is going to be spending reading. So the question marks are pretty much what is going to ask us what we're looking at, is how many minutes did she end up reading. So the next part we're going to be looking at is the blue part, or the drawing. So we have 1 hour, and I've split this up into kind of like 60 minutes because 1 hour is the same as 60 minutes, and then I put this into 3 different parts. So as you can tell, they're not exactly even because I just kind of guessed about how much space it would take, but I have 1/3 of an hour texting, 1/4 of an hour getting ready for bed, or brushing her teeth, putting on her pajamas, all that stuff, and the rest of the time is going to be for her reading. Now I didn't label it as reading, I labeled it as the question mark because that's what we need to find out. So the next one is our answer statement. Jenny spent blank minutes reading her book before she had to go to bed. You can come up with a more interesting one, or you can come up with a more interesting answer to it. Just remember that we are looking at the question, how many minutes did Jenny read? So now we get on to the fun part, the math part. Alright, so I have 1/3 of 60 minutes, or 1/3 of an hour, 1/4 of an hour, and left is our question mark. Left is our information. So finding 1/3 of 60, you take your 1, you multiply it by 60, you divide by 3, and you're going to be able to come up with your answer. Same thing for 1/4 of 60, and then you're going to have to try and figure out how much we have left. So start with the first one. Go ahead and do 1/3 times 60 for me. Now I know I didn't give you enough time, so if you need more time, go ahead and press pause. 1/3 of 60 is going to be 20, so we're talking about 20 minutes of this. The next one is going to be 1/4 of 60, so go ahead and work on that. Okay, so I know I didn't give you enough time, but that's okay, you're going to press pause. 1/4 times 60 is going to give us 15. So now we have to figure out how much time they have left to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to figure out, so far she spent 20 minutes texting a friend and 15 minutes getting ready and for bed. So what we need to do is we need to find out how much time she has left over in that hour to read. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up. I'm going to look at these 2 numbers, my 20 and my 15. I'm going to add them together, and I'm going to find that our whatever's left over is going to be 60 minus 35. So from here, I'm going to let you go ahead and work on this problem so you can find out how much time she has left. Okay, so please make sure that if you haven't gotten there yet that you press pause, but if you take 60 and you take away 35, you are going to be left with 25 minutes. So in this case, that is the problem that they give you. I wanted to give you an example of that, and that's it for this week. If you guys have any questions, please remember to reach out, let me know. Come to our Zoom meetings, because these are going to be the last ones for the year. And that's it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.